हरिः ओम् नमः सर्वेभ्यः। अद्य कृदन्तप्रकरणस्य स्वाध्यायचर्चापाठः। प्रारम्भे वन्दनम्। येनाक्षरसमाम्नायम् अधिगम्य महेश्वरात् कृत्स्नं व्याकरणं प्रोक्तं तस्मै पाणिनये नमः। वाक्यकारं वररुचिं भाष्यकारं पतञ्जलिं पाणिनिं सूत्रकारं च प्रणतोऽस्मि मुनित्रयम्। मुनित्रयं नमस्कृत्य तदुक्तिः परिभाव्य च वैयाकरणसिद्धान्तकौमुदीयं विरच्यते। ह्यस्तनवर्गे षष्टिः इति यावत् अस्माभिः अध्ययनं कृतम्। अग्रे अद्य अनुवर्तिष्यते। We will start with 61. My goal is to finish 4 sessions today: 61, 62, 63 and 64. So we will go somewhat quickly. We have only 2 volunteers, Satish Kothari ji and Vijay Kumar ji. So all these 4 exercises are actually being divided into these 2. So it probably might be faster once we are used to pace of one person. It might go a little fast. So I'm now going to unmute Satish ji. Namaste Satish ji. You have namaste.
Namaste.
Shruyate. Shruyate. I just have one suggestion for you. Whenever you're discussing prakriya, you can skip the basic steps like itsamya removal and upapadamating and kartrukarmano and all that. Just mention the main sutra, important angakarya sutras and the vritti, and you can go ahead.
Astu.
Astu.
I also decided the same way. Okay. I will tell only where, which is the pratyaya vidhayakam sutram. And which are the main steps in this one.
Because we have to cover 4 homeworks today, 8 questions, so I'd like to go fast. Prarabhamahe.
नमस्ते. प्रथमा प्रश्न अस्ति कृद्वृत्तिं विलिख्य रूपसिद्धिं प्रदर्शयत. प्रथमः शब्दः अस्ति अङ्गमेजयः. सो लौकिकविग्रह अङ्गम् एजयति इति अङ्गमेजयः. एज् धातु कम्पने अस्ति भ्वादि. प्रत्ययविधायकं सूत्रमस्ति एजेः खश् इति प्रत्ययविधायकं सूत्रम्. So ang plus gas plus ag plus khash, and then here there is not much of this one. The only this one is ato gune happens once, or this one, and ho yava yavaha then sarvadhatuka ardhaka इत्यनेन एजि शब्दस्य एजि धातोः गुणः भवति. अनन्तरं एच यवने एकारस्य अय भवति. अतो गुणे इत्यनेन अङ्गमेजयः शब्दः सिद्ध्यते.
अत्र खश इति अस्ति. सो इम्पोर्टेंट स्टेप इज कर्तरी शप. षित् प्रत्ययः अस्ति, अतः गणविकरणम् आगच्छति. I think this is one common step that will happen at multiple places when you have a khasha pratyaya. So you just mention it once that khasha pratyaya asti chet tatra ganavikaranam bhavati. Agre nochate chedapi varam.
कर्तरि शप् इत्यनेन खश् प्रत्ययः षित् अस्ति. तिङ्क्षित् सार्वधातुकम् इत्यनेन तस्य सार्वधातुकसंज्ञा भवति. तदर्थं कर्तरि शप् इति गणविकरण प्रत्ययः अपि आगच्छति. तत्र गणविकरणम्. अनन्तरं वातमजः वातम् अभिकृत्य अभिमुखीकृत्य अजति गच्छति इति वातमजः. अजधातु गति विक्षेपणयोः. अत्रापि सेम् दि खश् प्रत्ययः अस्ति वार्तिकेन आगच्छति. वातशुनि तिल शर्देषु अज धेट तुद जहातीना उपसंख्यानाम् इत्यनेन खश् प्रत्ययः विधीयते. अनन्तरं तदेव खश् प्रत्ययः सार्वधातुकः अस्ति इति कारणात् शप् विकरणप्रत्ययः भवति. अनन्तरं तत्र किमपि एतत् नास्ति. सर्वं वर्णमेलनं कृत्वा वातमजः. शर्दञ्जः शर्दञ्जहाति इति शर्दञ्जः. ओहाग् धातु ओहाङ् नास्ति. तत्र ओहाग् त्यागे धातु ज्योत्यादि. अत्र सेम् शर्द प्लस नस् प्लस हा प्लस खश् and this vidhayakam sutram asti khash pratyay not sutram vartikam khash pratyay vat shuni til all that सेम् उपसंख्यानं. सो अनन्तरम् अत्र एकः मुख्य अंशः अस्ति. अत्र महाधातु जुहोत्यादि अस्ति इति कारणात् शप् प्रत्यय विधाय अनन्तरं तस्य जुहोत्यादिभ्यः श्लू इत्यनेन लोप I not say लोप श्लू लोपः भवति. बिकास् ऑफ दैट श्लौ इत्यनेन द्वित्वं भवति. द्वित्वविधायकानि सूत्राणि सन्ति. तत्र हा हा तस्य ह्रस्वेन ह अनन्तरम् अभ्यासे चर्चे इत्यनेन ज हकारस्य जकारः अनन्तरं एतत् मुमागमः भवति अरुद्विषदजन्तस्य मुम इत्यनेन. And then all that prakriya happens and Shardanjah iti padam labhyate. अत्र कोऽपि प्रश्नः अस्ति वा?
I think अत्र अभ्यासे चर्चा इति नास्ति. अत्र कुहोश्चुः इति हकारस्य जकारः चुत्वं भवति किल. क वर्गीयवर्णः तथा ह इत्यस्य चकारादेशः भवति. You have कुहोश्चुः over here.
कुहोश्चुः.
Agree. There are a few more steps after kuhoshchu, but I can skip them. You can look at them separately.
Okay.
Agree. Stanandai.
स्तनन्दयति इति स्तनन्दयि स्त्रीलिङ्गि शब्दः अस्ति. धेट् पाने धातुः. अनन्तरम् अत्र खश् प्रत्यय विधायकं सूत्रं नासिकास्तनयोर् ध्वा धेटोः इति दिस् वन. Again here कर्तरि शप् इत्यनेन शप् प्रत्ययः. अनन्तरम् अरुद्विषद् अजन्तस्य मुम् इत्यनेन मुमागमः. अनन्तरं सन्धिविधायकानि सूत्राणि एच यवा यवायन्. अनन्तरम् अग्रे गत्वा स्तनन्दय शब्दे प्राप्ते टिड्ढान, बिकास् धेट् इस् द टित् धातु. सो टिड्ढान दट् सूत्रेण ङी प्रत्ययः भवति स्त्रीत्वे. अंतिमं रूपं प्राप्यते स्तनन्दयि इति. स्तनन्दयति इति स्तनन्दयि.
This is a very unique example in the sense dhet is the only single tit dhatu in the entire dhatu patha, and this tit dhane sutram is a very unique case where it's being applied over here for sthanandhaya. More interestingly, it's only applied for dhet plus khasha. It's not applied for dhet plus any other pratyas. So this has been explained in the class. I'm just reminding it. It's a very unique combination of appearing over here. Agree.
In this I have done one mistake. I'll tell you. Vaham liya.
Astu.
Vaham lady iti vaham liya iti skannam sprashati iti. So atra that खश् प्रत्यय विधायकं सूत्रं मया दोषः कृतः अस्ति तत्र. It is not नासिका स्तनन्दय, it is वहाब्रे लिहाः. That should have been the sutram.
I fixed it. You can go ahead.
Yeah. Now again same procedure, because the khash is a sarvadhatu pratyaya, so kartari shapitane is, but वह धातु अत्र no लिह धातु is in अदादिगण. So अधिप्रभृतिभ्यः शप इत्यनेन तस्य लोपः भवति. अनन्तरं किमपि नास्ति तत्र. अरुद्विषदजन्तस्य मुम् इत्यनेन मुमागमः. अन्ते सर्वं प्रक्रिया कृत्वा वहं लिय इति वहं लेडी इति वहं लियः प्राप्यते.
This point will come in the next question also, but worth noticing is that Puganta Laghupadasya does not operate over here. Why? Because khash is sarvadhatuka, it is apit. So sarvadhatukam apit iti ngitvat bhavaha, ataha tatra angasya gunaha nishidyate. So no change in the prakriya, but we should remember, and this will come in the next question, I think, where we want to have two different prayojanas of khakara and shakara. Agre, kharim pachaha.
खारिं पचति इति खारिं पचः. अत्र खश् प्रत्यय परिमाणे पचः इति खश् प्रत्ययस्य विधायकं सूत्रम् अन्ते किमपि न मुम् मुमागमः अरुद्विषन् अजन्तस्य मुम् इत्यनेन मुमागमः सर्वं मिलित्वा कार्यं पचः इति प्राप्यते. अनन्तरं
Next one,
सेम्
mitam
मितं
pacha,
पच.
identical. There is nothing. So
Yeah,
is there anything
here,
specific over here? It's just you have to add a top at the end.
हाँ, या टाप् अजाते अष्ट टाप् स्त्रीलिङ्गि शब्दः अस्ति. मितं पच.
Same as karim pacha. Yeah. Mitam pacha. So I really expect people to do this homework. I mean, if you're just coming over here without doing homework, is going to become less and less useful, because going ahead, I will be running through answers like this so that we don't spend too much time on the homework discussion. So unless you have already ready-made answers in front of you, this is going to be useless exercise for you all. Arun Tudaha.
Here the Khash Pratyay Vidayakam Sutram say Vidvarusho Tudaha. So we get Khash Pratyaya, and then this is, I don't know, actually here Aru is, what is that? I mean, some Kashtakram.
Marmam or pain. There's also,
Marmani.
yeah, pain is also meaning. Or
That is why it is Arun Shito Dati iti Arun Tudaha. So Anu, I mean, hits at the
a wound, for example, the one that causes a pain, a wound.
correct.
Or whatever,
So,
a weak spot is what you can say. Multiple meaning.
Shashti
Tudadibhyasha is important over here.
Tudadibhyasha. So then here I think Ato Guna will happen, this one, and same Arudvijan Jantasya Mum, that Mumagamaha Madhye Kimapi Nasti Aruntuda Mumagamasya Monuswara Ato Gune and all that.
The only point to remember in Mumagama is that Midachontyat Paraha. I think you did it in your homework. I think it was reverse. It was Sir and Mum. Ideally, it should be Mum and Sir. It is Midachontyat Paraha. I don't know if your homework or somebody else's, but I saw this misalignment somewhere. So Midachontyat Paraha Kila. Mum is a mit agama. Midachontyat Paraha. So Arus is not an ajanta. It is halanta. So you have to locate the last ajanta and put Mum after it. So it will be arum sa, and then sanyoganta sa lopaha will get rid of sa over there, causing arum over here. And then it will give arun to the, that is the final form. You understand what I'm saying, right?
No, in my homework I have done correctly.
Yeah, must be somebody else's. So one place I saw this being reversed. It was written arus and mum, and they somehow got rid of so somehow, I think sko sanyogadi or something, whatever they used. So correct way is to have midachontyat paraha get mum first, arum sa, and then sanyoganta lopaha will give.
Midachontyat Paraha.
We should write, that's okay. I mean, midachontyat paraha. Okay, agree. Next, Asuryam Pasha.
Asuryam Pasha. Here, I mean, I was not happy with this, but still I did. Suryam api na pashyati ya asuryam pasya. Drushir prekshane dhatu. Here, I am taking Asurya itself as a upapadam. I don't know.
That is correct. And I don't know how is the answer given in the commentary, that it does not make any sense, but you have to do it. That's exactly the answer.
That is only this one. I mean, I was not happy to do
that. I understand that, because Asurya has no relationship with Drusha Dhatu. There is no Samarthya. You can see a Surya, you can see a moon, Chandramaha. But what do you mean by seeing Asurya? There is no entity called Asurya. So I've explained this, that Asurya has no relationship with Drusha, but somehow the Prayoga has to be justified, and therefore a forced Samarthya has been imposed, and Asurya has to be constructed in or considered as in an anvaya with drusha. So your question is absolutely correct. Asurya does not have any anvaya with drusha, but that's how the commentaries explain it. I've also mentioned this point when I explained Asuryam Pasha form in the
Yeah,
class.
I
Asurya
was
Lalate or
supposed to, because the sutra itself says Asurya Lalate or Drushitapoho.
Exactly. So the Sutra Vidhana Samarthya itself will tell you that Asurya is a pada which has to be somehow linked with Drusha without having Samarthya over there.
So then in the steps, the Drusha changes to Pasha because of this Dirgha Sutram, Pa, Grad, Mas, Thad, Malana. And
But
then
this is a half Pasha. You don't make it a full Pasha. It's all half Pasha there. And then this
half,
Pasha plus.
because
It's
for
all.
Pa, we become
Oh,
Piba is full.
correct. Only Pa to Piba is full. Everybody else is half. The reason why Pa to Piba is full is because if you convert Pa to Piba as half Ba, then Upadha Guna might happen, causing Peba. Because there is a Khash Pratyaya in front, or there is a Shap Pratyaya in front. So as soon as Pa becomes Piba, the Shap Pratyaya will cause a Upadha Guna, Puganta Laghu Padasya, causing Peba. So the way one way they resolve it is by giving a full Adanta Adesha called Piba, and you always have Ato Gune to take care of that. In all other cases, you do not need such an additional Akara, so you don't let it come over there. So Sarvatra Atra Halantaha Adeshaha Kevalam
That
Pa.
will happen for Jigra and Tishta also.
That also, I think, I don't know, somewhere I saw that mistake and I fixed it. So Tishta also half, Jigra also half, everywhere it's a half Adesha. In fact, Pa to Piba, there is a group of scholars who believe that it is also half, and purely by Vidhana Samarthya Puganta Laghu Padha is blocked. So that's also another stream of thought. There is a third stream of thought which is completely weird, which says after doing one Angakarya, you cannot do another Angakarya, which is being rejected as an Ekadeshi Yukti. Anyway, there are basically, what I'm saying is there are multiple ways to resolve this problem. We will resolve it in the cleanest possible way, which is by saying that Pa to Piba is a full Adanta Adesha, which prohibits or which does not raise the question about the Gunadesha.
That's why at the end I have taken Ato Gune twice.
So you need it once. Correct. You need it just once. Correct.
So
Agree. You can explain this part and go ahead.
Yeah, okay. Then Moma Gamasena and Stritve Ajatya Stap Ityana Stap Pratyaya, so Asuryam Pasha.
Not Stap Pratyaya, Tap Pratyaya. There is no Stap Pratyaya. Ajadyataha Tap. So Pratyaya is Tap. It's not Stap. The Visarga has become Sh in the process of making the Sutram. Ajadyataha Tap.
Same line you have to make Tap.
Tap, correct. And then Akasavarani Dirgha Asuryam Pasha. Correct. So understand this, when you write, you have written it correctly. I'm just mentioning it for everybody. When you write Alaukika Vigraha, you clearly say Suryam api na pashyati. You don't say Asuryam pashyati because there is no entity called Asurya. So while writing the Laukika Vigraha, you clearly say Suryam api na pashyati ya sa Asuryam pasya. Like this. But commentaries require us to start with the word Asurya. Antimam, Panindhama.
Here the Krudanta is in Adhikarane.
Very good. Very good.
That is
and Upapada is in the Prathama Vibhakti and Krudanta is in the Adhikarana. This is how you should be spotting things, and only then the subject matter will become more and more clear. As soon as you see Panindhama, the first thing should come to your mind is that this is a slightly different Krudanta construct where the Upapada is in Prathama and the Krudanta is Krut Pratyaya is in Adhikarana. Very nice. Iti Panindhama.
So Panaya Dhyante Asmin iti Panindhama. So the Khash Pratyaya Vidayakam Sutram asti Ugram Pasher. Very long this one. Dhamasha. So
Ugram Pasheram Madapanindhamascha.
This one. And Adhikarane Khash Pratyaya se Nibatanam Acharyana Dattamasti. Anandaram Tarkimapi Nasya. The same Dhma become Dhama by that same Pagrad Masthan. And Muma Gamaha Arudvishad Ajantasya Muma. Anandaram nothing more is there. Panindhama Praptate.
So this is a word used to indicate a road. a dark road on which people basically keep on clapping while going so that a sound is made and snakes or rats or something don't come in the way. So panayah dhmayante asmin iti panindhamaha. So panayah iti prathamayam agacchati because there's a karmani prayoga, or you can put it in dvitiya, or you can put it panayah dhamanti. It's also acceptable. Oh, won't make any difference in the meaning. That's it. I think, are you also doing the second question? No. Vijay
No,
Kumar
Vijay
ji is
Kumar.
going to. Right. So I will give you a break. I'll call you back in the next exercise.
Ast.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Namaste, Vijay Kumar ji. Please unmute. Namaste.
श्रूयते वा?
श्रूयते किञ्चित् उच्चैः. श्रूयते. द्वितीयः प्रश्नः. अत्र प्रक्रियाः न सन्ति, तथा स्पष्टीकरोतु. यथा लिखितमस्ति स्पष्टीकरोतु.
द्वितीयः प्रश्नः, खस् प्रत्यये सकार खकारयोः प्रत्येकं द्वे प्रयोजने सोदाहरणं स्पष्टीकुरुत. खस् प्रत्यये ख एस् इति द्वौ इत्सर्जनकौ वर्णौ, तत्र खकारस्य द्वे प्रयोजने एते. खित् अन्वयस्य इति ह्रस्वादेशः अव्ययवर्जितस्य पूर्वपदस्य खित् प्रत्ययान्ते उत्तरपदे परे ह्रस्वादेशः भवति. सेकेंड, अरुर्दिशत् अजन्तस्य मुम् इति ममागमः. अरुर्दिशतोः अव्ययवर्जितस्य अजन्तस्य शब्दस्य च खित् प्रत्ययान्ते उत्तरपदे मुम् आगमो भवति. अपि च तत्र सकारस्य द्वे प्रयोजने एते. तिंसित् सार्वधातुकम् इति खस् प्रत्ययस्य सार्वधातुकसंज्ञा भवति, अतः धातोः विकरणप्रत्ययः भवति. सेम् सूत्र, तिंसित् सार्वधातुकम् इति खस् प्रत्ययः प्रत्ययस्य सार्वधातुकसंज्ञा भवति, अतः सार्वधातुकम् अपित् इति गुणवृद्धि निषिध्यते. There are only two asked, so we have given two examples for kha and two prayojanas for sha.
And
out of these four, the first three are demonstrated in the first example. Yes, sir?
Right. And even there, Tingshit Sarvadhatukam is repeated 2 times. So technically, it is only one prayojana that makes the Khash Pratyaya as a Sarvadhatuka, but that has further implications. Like Sarvadhatuka will be used in 10 different places. So then it's okay to enumerate the 2. Because otherwise, Shakar has only one prayojana, and it is strong enough prayojan to make that Pratyaya Sarvadhatuka. So you can repeat that and then say Sarvadhatukatvat, number 1 Vikarana Pratyaya bhavati, number 2 Sarvadhatukam apiteti gunavriddhi nishidyate.
Correct. So out of these 4 prayojanas, 3 are demonstrated in the one example. Yadha nasikam dhamati iti. Dhma शब्दाग्र संयोगयोः भ्वादिः परस्मैपदी सकर्मकः अनिट्. नासिका प्लस धमा प्लस खस्. नासिकास्तनयोर् धमाद्धेटोः इति खस्. कर्तृकर्मणः कृति उपपदमति सुपो धातु प्रातिपदिकयोः. This is step number 5. Then नासिका धमा प्लस सप् प्लस खस्. कर्तरि सप् इति प्रत्ययस्य सार्वधातुकत्वात् विकरण प्रत्ययः. This is the first prayojana, where because khas is sit, we got the vikaran pratyaya sap. This is step number 6. Then nasika plus dha plus a, this is halancham lasekvadadite tasya lopah. Then nasika plus dham plus a pradghradma anen sutrena dham adesha. This dham adesha is angakarya, step number 7. Then nasika plus dhama, this is actually 9th step, should not be shown here. This is my mistake, I think. Ato guna is paralopam.
That is correct. It should not be shown over here.
This is 9th step, it should come later.
Yeah, it should just continue to have dhamma plus a plus a.
Plus a plus a, not here. Then
So
nasika plus then khit anavayasya iti hrasvadesha. This is again, this is Uttarapadadikara, step number 8. And this is another prayojana of khit. Nasika mum dham plus a arur dushat ajantasya mum iti mamagamha. This is also Uttarapadadikara, step number 8. This is also prayojana of khas. Then the steps are simple. We make nasikam plus dham plus a then ato guno it paralopamiti varnakaryam, then nasikandhama anuswarasya ye parasavarnah iti parasavarnah, then supkaryam nasikandhamah. Again, the mistake I think I have done is I have not shown the vigraha vakya here. Nasikam dhamati iti at the end.
That's okay. I mean, if you write it once, that should be enough.
But
I mean,
Satish is showing both those
right,
places.
yeah, ideally, but that's for as a student level exercise. I mean, once you are aware, once you're familiar with this, it's okay to write it once.
Why I am telling this step 6, 7 is when I made originally what I have done, I have first done the Sap Vekan Prakriya, that is step number 6, then made Angakaryam step number 7. After that, I have done Varnakaryam step number 9. After Varnakaryam, I went back to step number 5, and that is Nyaslopa, Samasa. After step number 5, again I went to step number 8, Uttarapadadikara. Then I went to step number 10. So this 6, 7, 9, 5, 8, 10 is no in order. So this should not be done by the beginners.
That is absolutely not beginner, should not be done by anybody. I myself don't do it. I'm teaching this course, but I make sure that I follow this perfect. The reason is very simple. I mean, for example,
now it went to my brain, so this mistake will not come again.
No, that's okay. It's not about a mistake. See, right now there was Atogune somewhere in between, but it did not really make any harm. You were able to derive a correct form. So somebody might just counter question, what is the big deal? I can do whatever I want as long as I'm getting a final form which is correct. Nobody has to question me. So that is correct in one way, but if you keep on, jumping this discipline, there will be prakriyas where you will end up in trouble and you will never realize. Like how we saw yesterday. In Krudanta Prakriya, you could have done Akassavarani Dirgha earlier, but a Tadhita Prakriya, a nasty Tadhita Prakriya will cause a problem there. So if you have a discipline of following that particular flow chart, it is being created with extreme thought and you will never end up in trouble. But if you have, habit of jumping things over and there, some or the other weird Prakriya will bring you in trouble because you are overlooking that particular order. That's the only reason why we should, stay in that particular sequence. That's it, nothing else.
Thank you.
So you explained the full thing, right, over here?
Yes.
Yes. Astu.
Then
Dhanyavad.
Abhram ledhi iti lih aswadine adadihi ubhayapadi sakarmakha on it. Abra plus lih plus kas. The same karmanyaniti anprapte tam badhitva vahabhre liha iti kas pracheha कर्तृकर्मणः कृति इति षष्ठी उपपदमतिङ् इति उपपदसमासः सुपोद्धातु प्रातिपदिकयोः इति सुप्रत्ययस्य लुक् स्टेप 5 steps are over. अभ्रा प्लस लिह प्लस हलन्त्यं लसक् पद्धतिते तस्य लोपः. अभ्रा लिह सेप् प्लस कर्तरि सेप् स्टेप नंबर 6. अभ्रा लिह प्लस अधिप्रभृतिभ्यः सपः इति सपः लुक् बिकॉज ऑफ अदादिगण द सप हैज गॉन. अभ्रा प्लस लिह प्लस पुगन्त लघुपदस्य च इति गुणे प्राप्ते सर्वधातुकम् अपित् इति ङिद्भावः किति च इति गुणनिषेधः. This is the last प्रयोजन we talked about sit. Since it is apit, then automatically gidvat bhavah will come and kiti iti sutrena gunanishedah will come. Then the mamagamam uttarpadadikara, then abramriha iti final pratipadika rupam will come.
Very
so
nice.
Here what we have shown is the sarvadhatukam apit iti gitvat bhavena kiti cha iti gunanishedah. This was shown here. How lih has not become leh.
Exactly. This was what I was talking earlier, that here we have shown that E will not become A. Very nice. Dhanyavada. One last point I want to mention over here. I wanted to, explain this anyway to the entire audience. Here I see a small typing mistake. There should not be a space between guna and nishedha. You should write it as a full guna nishedha. Why? Because it is a single samasta pada. I mean, I am aware of the bigger discussion that spaces don't imply pauses and they don't imply virama and they have no relationship with samhita and all that. I know all the bigger thing, but reading wise, if you just write guna and nishedha, people are, going to definitely get confused thinking whether guna is a single word, nishedha is another word. It's either you write gunasya nishedha as a clearly two different words, or you write guna nishedha as a single word. Even if you write gu space, ana space, ani space, she space, the, I mean, there is no rule in Panini grammar which tells you this is wrong. I'm just telling you what is a basic convention of writing. The convention of writing is that a word, single word is written without additional spaces in between the letters. Here, guna and nishedha are not distinct words. They are single. There is a single samasta pada called guna nishedha. Similarly, if you want to say sarvadhatuka samnya, you should never say sarvadhatuka space samnya. You should always say sarvadhatuka samnya. Or for you want to say upapada samasaha, you should never say upapada space samasaha. You should always say upapada samasa. These are single words. Like how will you write say bala or rama as a single word with no space between ra and ma? Exactly like that it should be done over here. Dhanyavada Mahoday. I'll come back to you for one of the next homeworks.
Yes.
Dhanyavada. Thank you.
Dhanyavadah.
Go back to Satish ji. Homework number 62 and 63. Both of them are being answered. He has done a lot of help actually in volunteering for so many classes, homeworks. More than that, he is being volunteering quite a lot on Ashtadhyayi work also. So really happy to see his help. So Satish ji, I'm going to unmute you again. You can take up the next two exercises, 62 and 63.
नमस्ते. प्रथमः संक्षेपेण उत्तराणि लिखत. विहाय स गच्छति. In this I have one doubt somewhere down the line, not in this subsection, some other one. I'll ask you that. विहाय स गच्छति इति विहङ्गमः कथं? So gam dhatoh and vihayasa is vihayas plus ta plus gam plus. Now khach pratyay vidayakam sutram asti. Khach prakarane gamehe supi upasankhyanam iti kashikaya taddo artikam dattam asti. So then all this happens, and muma gamaha because of arudvishad ajantasya mum ityanena. So we get all the this sandhi sutra monuswara vapadantasya and all that. So vihangamaha. Anantaram vihayasa gacchati iti vihangaha iti kim. So here also same thing, but here khacha ditva vacham itena ditve krute gama ityasya t lopaha. So the akar in the gam dhatu in gam dhatu goes away because of t lopaha ditve, and then we get all this one, and we get vihanga shabdaha. Vihayasa gacchati iti vihangaha. Here in the third one I have got a doubt. Same here, but here the da pratyaya
There is no
comes.
khach. No, there is no khach. There is a da pratyaya over
Da
here.
pratyaya, and I could not get the sutra for that.
It's the same one that you wrote. Khach prakarane gamehe supyupa sankhyanam. There is no. There is no khacha didva vacha over here. There is a sutra that you yourself wrote somewhere else over here. Let's take a quick look. I don't recollect now exact wording of the Vartika.
No, I said this one. I could not get. Here you are just on do, but the pratyvidayakam sutram na dattam.
No, it's there here in the.
Yeah, I know.
This one, decha vihaya so viha adeshaha vaktavya. This itself is a jnapaka for the fact that you need a da pratyay over here, and then there is a da pratyay given all the way at the last sutra. I think it's given in the next section. Antadyantad vadura para sarvanante shudaha. Somebody is saying anyatrapi drishyate. So that's where did I mention that in? Is it in this homework or next homework? Let's take a look. I remember typing this sutram. Anyatrapi drishyate. Was it there was gramaga? Did you write? Was there in your answer gramaga, or it was some other answer?
No, it was not there.
Here, look at this. This was our. This is the Vartika that we were talking about. Anyatrapi drishyate. So basically, Vartikeshu nirdisha anupapadam vihaya annisham upapadam upasthitau api gama dhatoho shishta prayogam anusutya da pratyaya vidhyate. So this anyatrapi drishyate Vartikam is for cases like gramam gacchati gramagaha. However, explicitly when it comes to vihayas word, we can resort to anyatrapi drishyate, but I think the better one is decha vihaya so vihadesha vaktavya. This itself can be taken as a jnapaka that you have a da pratyaya over here. So either way, I mean, so let me just fix this all the way on the top here. So instead of khach prakarane gamehe upasankhyanam, you can say dech vihayasah vihayasah viha adeshah vaktavya. Vihadeshah vaktavya iti jnapanat da pratyaya. You can take this, or you can say anyatrapi drishyate iti vartikam. And then da, and then
again, then because of the ditva tilopa bhavati.
and ditve krute, not ditve krute. Gamaitya. There is no pratyasya ditvat.
Ditva.
Te is not correct. Pratyasya ditvat. Gamaitya tilopaha and vihaga iti bhavati. So vihayasa plus gama plus da will become a. Gama plus a, am will go away because of te heiti. 64143. Te heiti gama ityasya tilopaha vihaga iti siddhyati. I completely overlooked this while correcting the answer sheet. So basically, as I was mentioning here in the presentation, we had these three cases. You have a khach pratyaya, you have a khach pratyaya which is dita, and you have a normal da pratyaya. In all these three cases are possible. Agree. Fourth one.
द्विषतिं तापयति इत्यत्र खच् प्रत्यय किमर्थं न भवति? सो द्विषत् परयोस्तापे इत्यस्य व्याख्याने काशिकाकारः वदति यत् अस्मिन् सूत्रे द्विषत् इति शब्दः द्वितकारान्तः अस्ति. That means there are two, but I mean that is the weird explanation he gives. प्रथमः तकारः द्विषत् शब्दस्य एव अवयवः अस्ति.
That is actually called a prashlesha. So it's not weird. It's one of the very common techniques used at multiple commentators. So Siddhanta Kaumudi uses it so many times. It's called prashlesha. Like the process of inserting a random harmful letter so that a completely different desired meaning can be extracted out of the sutra. That process is called prashlesha. It's done many places in Siddhanta Kaumudi especially. But yeah, go ahead.
प्रथमः तकारः द्विषत् शब्दस्य एव अवयवः अस्ति. द्वितीयः तकारः एतत् ज्ञापयति यत् अस्य सूत्रस्य उपयोगः तदा एव करणीयः यदा द्विषत् शब्दः तकारान्त प्रयुक्तः अस्ति तावदेव. I mean just to emphasize that use that only when takara is used, that's all. एषः द्वितीयः तकारः संयोगान्तस्य लोपः अनेन सूत्रेण लुप्यते, परन्तु सः सूत्रे अस्ति एव इति काशिकाकारस्य मतं. तेन द्विषत् शब्दस्य द्विषति इति स्त्रीलिङ्गरूपस्य अन्ते तकारः नास्ति इति कारणेन द्विषत् परयोस्तापे इत्यनेन विद्यमानः खच् प्रत्ययः द्विषति शब्दे नैव प्रयुज्यते. That is काशिकाकारस्य मतं. And कौमुदीकारः एतत् अन्यया रीत्या स्पष्टीकरोति. I mean he is also I mean प्रातिपदिकग्रहणे लिङ्गविशिष्टस्यापि ग्रहणम् इत्यस्य परिभाषायाः अर्थः एवमस्ति. सामान्यतः कस्मिन् अपि सूत्रे किमपि प्रातिपदिकस्य पुल्लिङ्गनिर्देशः अस्ति चेत् तस्य प्रातिपदिकस्य स्त्रीलिङ्गरूपम् अपि तस्मिन्नेव सन्दर्भे प्रयोक्तुं शक्यते. एषः तु सामान्यनियमः एव अथवा उत्सर्गः. परन्तु हरतेरनुद्यमाने च इति सूत्रस्य व्याख्याने वार्तिककारेण उक्तमस्ति यत् अच् प्रकरणे शक्ति लाङ्कुश यष्टि तोमर घट घटी धनुषु ग्रहेर उपसंख्यानम् इति. So here वार्तिककारः it's Yes. I'll go ahead. कौमुदीकार एतदेव वार्तिकम् उद्धृत्य वदति यत् उपरो उल्लिखितेन सामान्यनियमेन यद्यपि घटशब्देन घटिशब्दस्यापि ग्रहणं भवेत् तथापि काशिकाकारस्य घटघटी इत्यस्य उल्लेखः स्वयं ज्ञापयति यत् प्रातिपदिकग्रहणे लिङ्गविशिष्टस्यापि ग्रहणम् इति परिभाषा अनित्या अस्ति। अतः अनेन अनित्यत्वेन द्विषत् परयोस्तापे अनेन सूत्रेण द्विषत् इति पुल्लिङ्गि शब्दस्य निर्देशः सन्नपि द्विषति इति स्त्रीलिङ्गि शब्दस्य निर्देशः न भवति। तेन खच् प्रत्ययः द्विषति शब्दात् न विधीयते।
So it's either you go by one route or another route. It's essentially we have to somehow justify that khach pratyaya dvishati shabdat na vidhiyate. So किमर्थं न भवति तत्तादृश प्रयोगः नास्ति अतः न भवति कौमुदीकारेण एकेन प्रकारेण तत् स्पष्टीकृतं काशिकाकारेण अपरेण प्रकारेण. There is a quick question that I can take. What is the difference between, I mean, is there any difference between prashlesha and prashlishta? So it's just ta pratyayanta rupa of that particular verb. The prashlesha that I was mentioning earlier is actually a specific term used in the Vyakarana Shastra for these kind of things like addition of a particular letter. So insertion of something which is not originally belonging to that particular system, that is called prashlesha. So anything that is inserted, that particular entity can be called prashlishta. The process of insertion or that particular action can be called prashlesha. But when I was mentioning prashlesha over here, it's basically a specific term used. It's not a vyakarana samnya. It's a specific term used to describe the process where commentators add another letter on the top of whatever is there in the sutra so that they can justify certain prayogas. Agree. There was another question somebody asked, khach pratyaya kutra kutra dit svikriyate. The question answer is right over here. You can explain that.
यत्र खच् प्रत्यय उपसर्गस्य उपस्थितो गम धातुः विधीयते तत्र सः विकल्पेन डित्वं प्राप्नोति. That is the only answer I have got.
Correct. Ditvam, there is a double ditvam. So basically khach pratyaya is optionally dita, khach didva vaktavyah. Kutra kutra dit bhavati, yatra yatra saha pratyayah gama dhatoh vidhyate, tatra tatra ditvam bhavati. Other cases, it doesn't get ditva. Why doesn't it get ditva? Prayoga sharanaha vayyakaranaha. We don't have prayogas which require that particular ditva property causing a tilopa, so you don't give a ditva. Maybe there is some obscure prayoga somewhere I have not come across, I don't know, but what commentaries tell us is gamadhatoho vishay, we have clear prayogas like say vihagaha or we have gramagaha, and therefore dit pratyaya is required over there. Gramangaha, kshamedam, khachasti, vihangaha, and so on. So specifically vihangaha, bhujangaha, these pratyas are there. So it needs to have a khit as well as it needs to have a dit. Agree. This is also your homework, right? Khacha chatvam. Correct.
So why, I mean, chit pratyaya has been made. The khach is why chit, this one. So there are two, this one, dve prayojane दृश्यते. प्रथमं तु चिता इत्यनेन प्रकृति प्रत्यय समुदायस्य अन्तिमः स्वर उदात्तः स्यात्, परन्तु अस्य प्रत्ययस्य खकार चकारो इति वर्णद्वयं निष्कास्य केवलम् अ इति अवशिष्यते. एषः एकः स्वरः एव अस्ति इति कारणात् प्रत्ययस्य आदिस्वरः अपि सः एव वर्तते. सः च आद्युदात्तश्चेत्यनेन उदात्त एव भवति. अतः एतस्मै कारणाय प्रत्ययस्य चित्वम् अनावश्यकम्. I mean, that is the self-explanatory. द्वितीयं प्रयोजनम् एव स्यात् इति भासते. खचि ह्रस्व इति सूत्रेण निर्दिष्टस्य ह्रस्वविधानार्थं चित्वम् आवश्यकम्. I mean that to justify the existence of खचि ह्रस्व you add च here. परंतु यदि खच प्रत्ययस्य स्थाने केवलं ख इति प्रत्ययः स्वीक्रियते तथा खचि ह्रस्व इत्यस्य स्थाने खे ह्रस्व इति लिख्यते चेदपि तत् साधयितुं शक्यते. अत्र सन्देहद्वयम् उपस्थीयते. एकः तु खे ह्रस्व इति लिख्यते चेत् तस्य खश् प्रत्यये अपि प्रसक्तिः स्यात्. एषः सन्देहः निरर्थकः, यतोहि ख इति स्वयं प्रत्ययः भवति चेत् तदनुबन्धकग्रहणे न तदनुबन्धकस्य ग्रहणम् इत्या परिभाषया ख प्रत्यये शक् खकार इति एकस्मिन् विशिष्टे अनुबन्धे प्रयुक्ते सति सः प्रत्ययः अधिकानाम् अनुबन्धयुक्तानां ग्रहणं न करिष्यति। अतः खे रस इति लिख्यते चेत् तस्य खश् प्रत्यये प्रसक्तिः न भवति। द्वितीयः सन्देहः अस्ति यत् खे रस्व इति उच्यते चेत् निरनुबन्धकग्रहणे न सानुबन्धकस्य इत्यनया परिभाषया कुलात् ख इत्यस्मिन् सूत्रे निर्दिष्टस्य खकारस्य विषये अपि तस्य प्रसक्तिः स्यात्। परन्तु एषः सन्देशः अपि अनुचितः। किमित्युक्ते खचिरस इति सूत्रे नौ इति अनुवृत्तिः अस्ति या कुलात् ख इत्यस्मिन् तद्धितप्रकरणे विद्यमाने सूत्रे नैव भवितुम् अर्हति। अतः खचिरस्व इत्यस्य स्थाने खेरस्व इति उच्यते चेदपि कोऽपि दोषः न भवति। अतः खच् प्रत्ययस्य चित्वम् अनावश्यकमिति चिन्त्यते।
सम्यक् रूपेण लिखितम्। अत्र मया किमपि अधिकं नोच्यते. Those of you who have not understood, please go through this entire very well written paragraph over here. Agre gachhama, there is just one question over here. Prashlesha sounds like an alinganam. That is correct. The slisha alingane ityeva dhatuhu tatra moola rupena asti. As I mentioned, in this particular context, prashlesha is used to indicate an additional letter that is being added by the commentators without any support from Mahabhashyam or without any support from Ashtadhyayi or Panini, whatever. So it's like some kind of luxury taken by the commentators to add an extra letter. Now, whether you call it alingana or whether you call it forcefully adding, whether you call it insertion, prakshipta, whatever is all up to interpretation. In this particular context, prashlesha, and the sh over there is the murdhanya sh. Vishnu, that sh is there, not the sh. So prashlesha is basically addition of an extra letter so that the particular justification can be done. Like each khana, somebody is pointing each khana is there. So we have another similar example over there. Agre gachhama, 63rd.
So here also the prakriya is to be shown. So prathama shabda asti dvishantapah, dvishantam tapayati dvishantapah. So here the pratyaya is khach, and here tapa dhatu hetumati uchyate chet tapa plus nich tapi iti saladhyanta dhatu. So new dhatu is there, and then to that dhatu we add dvishat plus gas plus tapi plus khach, and the pratyaya vidayakam sutram asti dvishat prayas tape the khach pratyaya prapyate. Anantaram tapi ityasya ikarasya, I mean that nich pratyayase, so ner aniti ityana tasya lopaha bhavati. Anantaram खच प्रत्यय खित अस्ति इति कारणात् अरुद्विषदजन्तस्य मुम् इत्यनेन मुमागमः भवति। सः अपि मिदचोन्त्यात् परा इत्यनेन द्विष अनन्तरमेव भवति। and makarasya nakaram and all that वर्णकार्यं भवति। द्विषन्तपः इति रूपं प्राप्यते। पुरन्दर असुराणां पुरं धारयति इति पुरन्दरः द्रु विदारणे क्रियादि धातु, and here again dharayati, not I don't know, it is this one hetumati ityanena nich pratyaya, so dhru plus nich dari, new dhatu, and then again khach pratyaya, same prakriya as given earlier, and this khach pratyaya is pu sarvayoho dari saho ityanena khach pratyaya bhavati. Anantaram same that this one, and here vacham yama purandaro ityanena, here I have written a wrong thing, amagama, not amagama, just ama kim amantatvam nipatyate. because it is not a agama. If it
Yeah,
is
I also
amaga,
feel I think some similar confusion. I think while teaching this class, I probably mentioned this as amagamaha, which is technically not correct. I mean, okay, if you, it's anyway nipatana, so you do whatever agaman call it as a nipatana. But to be technically more correct, the commentaries use the word amantatvam nipatyate, and we should just stick to that. So amantatvam nipatyate.
so then again same that varnakaryam, and then we get purandara. Asuranam puramdara iti purandara. Priyam vadaha, priyam vadati priyam vadaha, vada vyaktayam vachi. So vad priya plus gas plus vad plus khach, and priya vade vada priya vashe vada khach iti khach pratyay vidayakam sutram, and same prakriya at the end we'll get priyam vadaha. Here again vacham yamaha vachami yachati iti vratam iti yasya saha vacham yamaha vacham yamaha.
Yachati is not da yacha. Please explain that. Yama yacha
No,
means
no, yama yachati is controlled.
control. Correct, correct.
One who controls his speech as a vrata, like Mahatma Gandhi, Mauna Vratam.
Under
So
certain vratam, say religious or whatever rituals are there, controls the speaking. Vacham yachati.
Yeah.
Da also becomes yachati, but not this particular context.
Yeah. So yama uparame, and vach plus gas plus yam plus khach, and again the same priya vashe vada khach iti khach pratyay vidayakam sutram. Here again that it's not amagama, it is amantatvam. Vacham yama purandaro ityate amantatvam nipatyate. We get vacham yama iti sutram. सर्वं सहते इति सर्वं सह श्नः मर्षणे भ्वादि धातु सर्व प्लस गस प्लस सह प्लस खच एंड पू सर्वयोर दारि सहो इति खच प्रत्यय विधायकम सूत्रम and same that arudvishan mumate mumagamaha and varnakaryam and sarvam sahati iti sarvam saha.
Let's go to the next one. Some interesting question answers are here.
संक्षेपेण उत्तराणि लिखतः प्रातिपदिक ग्रहणे लिंग विशिष्टस्यापि ग्रहणम् अस्याः परिभाषायाः अनित्यत्वस्य ज्ञापकं किम्? So I think first and second question have the same answers similarly. So ach prakarane shakti langal lankush yashti tomar ghatagati dhanushu grahe rupa sankhyanam iti ityasmin vartike घट शब्देन घट शब्देन सह घटी शब्दः अपि योजितः अस्ति तेन प्रातिपदिकग्रहणे लिङ्गविशिष्टस्यापि ग्रहणम् अस्याः परिभाषायाः अनित्यत्वं ज्ञाप्यते and the same thing is used with this anityatvam is used to khach pratyaya, not to use the khach pratyaya for dvishati.
So something very important over here. Some of you told me that they are studying Paribhashendra Shekhara, so this is probably very important to understand in the context of Paribhashendra Shekhara also. Every Paribhasha in Paribhashendra Shekhara needs to have two things, four things to be precise, but other two things are out of context. So let's have two things for now. One is the Jnapaka of the Paribhasha, and second is the Phala of the Paribhasha. What is Jnapaka? There should be some sutra in Ashtadhyayi that will hint to the existence of that paribhasha. That is called Jnapaka. What points you to that particular paribhasha? So here, ach prakarane shakti langalankusha yashti tomara ghatagati dhanushu iti vartike ghatagati iti pruthag rupena grahanam kimartham krutam asti asyaha paribhashayaha anityatvasya jnapakam asti. So whether it is the jnapaka of the paribhasha or whether it is the jnapaka of the anityatva of the paribhasha, whichever concept you take, whether it's a single paribhasha, a standalone paribhasha, or whether it is the anityatva of the paribhasha, any concept that you would like to, in the context of the paribhashas you would like to take, there has to be a jnapaka, something that will indicate it. That's not sufficient. You'll also need to have a phala. So, well, the paribhasha is anitya. What a big deal is what you will say. Maybe there is a ghata ghati representation over here, and that makes that paribhasha anitya. What is a big deal? The big deal is that there will be some other place where you will have to use the anityatva. If you are only going to show the paribhasha is anitya without really using that anityatva somewhere down the line, then there is no need to, justify the anityatva of that paribhasha. So every paribhasha will have two things, jnapakatvam and phalam. Similarly, if you want to justify that the paribhasha is anitya, there will be two things, jnapakatva of anityatvam and phalam of anityatvam. So here, ach prakarle shaktilangulankusha yashti tomara ghata ghati dhanushu has two distinct word ghata and ghati. That shows that this particular paribhasha is anitya, pratipadika grahane linga vishishtasyapi grahanam. Once this paribhasha becomes anitya, where will I use that anityatva? I will use that anityatva for dvishatim tapayati. So dvishatim tapayati ityatra khach pratyaya na vidhiyate. Kimartham na vidhiyate? Pratipadika grahane linga vishishtasyapi grahanam iti paribhasha anitya asti. Katham jnayate? Ach prakarne shaktilangulankusha yashti tomara ghata ghati dhanushu grahe rupa sankhyanam ityanena jnayate. So never to be confused between jnapaka of a paribhasha and phala of the paribhasha. They are two different things. You cannot say ach prakarne shakti langu lankusha yashti tomara ghata ghati dhanushu is a phala of that paribhasha. No, it's not the phala. It's the jnapaka. This is the place where a hint is being added that the paribhasha is anitya, and then that hint being, or that particular conclusion is being exploited somewhere else, that dvishatim tapayati will not get that particular pratyaya. Agre grahanavata pratipadikena tadanta vidhirnasti.
So पाणिनिना पूर्वात् इनि इत्यनेन सूत्रेण पूर्व शब्दात् इनि प्रत्ययः पाठ्यते, ततश्च अग्रिमसूत्रे सपूर्वाच्च इत्यनेन पूर्व यस्य अन्ते अस्ति तादृशात् शब्दात् अपि इनि प्रत्ययः पाठ्यते. यदि प्रातिपदिक ग्रहण समय तदन्त विधि भवितुम् अर्हति तर्हि सपूर्वाच्च इति सूत्रं व्यर्थं भवेत्. अतः अस्य सूत्रस्य पृथक् विधानम् एव ग्रहणवतः प्रातिपदिकेन तदन्त विधि नास्ति अस्याः परिभाषायाः ज्ञापरूपेण स्वीक्रियते.
Here also grahanavata pratipadikena, this paribhasha shikhar is an amazing domain question to explore on its own. So grahanavata pratipadikena tadanta vidhirnasti, this is a paribhasha which says that a pratipadika, reference to a pratipadika in a sutram, will not bring a tadanta vidhi along with it. First question we should ask is, how do I know this paribhasha is correct? The answer to my question is the jnapaka of the paribhasha. So kutra jnayate iyam paribhasha समीचीना अस्ति, तत्र दोषः नास्ति, इयं परिभाषा अवश्यं व्याकरणशास्त्रे भवेत् इति कुत्र दृश्यते? So if you look at the sutras in Tadhita Prakram, there is purvat inihi, which gives ini pratyaya to word called purva. Now if the word purva, which is a pratipadika grahana, the verbatim purva pratipadika is being mentioned over here. If the word purva, the pratipadika which is being represented over here, brings the tadanta vidhi along with it, then sapurva will also get an ini pratyaya right in this sutra, because sapurva ends in purva. However, Panini says purvat inihi, and immediately next sutram is sapurvat cha. So then if tadanta vidhi was allowed for the pratipadikas, why would Panini create a next sutra called sapurvat cha? So then sapurvat cha becomes vyartha, assuming there is a tadanta vidhi. Vyartham sat jnapayati tatra grahanavata pratipadikena tadanta vidhirnasti. So as I mentioned, the 4 steps of that particular listing paribhashas. First step is to find vayartham, find something that becomes vyartha. Step number 2 is jnapaka. As soon as you find something as a vyartha, you should make sure that vyartha thing comes into light and becomes a jnapaka of something. And the third is anyatra charitarthyam. So the third is swamshe charitarthyam, which we'll not talk about right now. The fourth is anyatra charitartham, which is basically the phala, which is somewhere else. So I don't know how many of you are studying paribhasha in Shekhara, but those of you who are studying it, every paribhasha should be studied in the light of these 4 aspects. Where is vayarthatvam, where is vyarthata, where is jnapaka, where is swamshe charitarthyam, and where is anyatra phalatvam. So these 4 aspects must be literally like bullets, 1, 2, 3, 4, have to be written for every paribhasha. Otherwise, the study of paribhashas, you will not get the full picture of that. Anyway, so one quick question over here. Grahanavata pratipadikena tadanta vidhir nasti. The jnapaka of this paribhasha is purvat ini and sapurvacha. What is the phala of the of this paribhasha? Where do you see this paribhasha being used? So, for example, megharti bhayeshu kruyaha. That was the original answer written by you in your homework, which I had to remove. So, megharti bhayeshu kruyaha ityatra megha shabdasya vishe tadanta vidhi nasti. Megha does not bring a tadanta vidhi. Bhaya explicitly brings a tadanta vidhi because there is a separate vartik over there. But megha or ruti, they do not bring the tadanta vidhi. Or what you had written in your answers, shivadibhyaha ana. Shiva will not bring a tadanta vidhi on Sadashiva. So these are all phalas of this particular paribhasha. Granavata pratipadikena tadanta vidhir nasti ityasya jnapakam purvadini and sapurvacha ityasya phalam asti, say nadadibhyo phak. This is a standard example given in the commentaries. Or say shivadibhya ana, or in the current context megharti bhayeshu kruya ityatra megha iti shabdena tadanta vidhi na bhavati, and so on. So this is anyatra charityartham. So 4 important steps for each paribhasha to be successful. You need a vyarthata, vaiyarthyam. You need jnapakam. So vyartham sat jnapakam. Third is swamshe charitarthyam, and fourth is anyatra phalam. So in just a quick reference to those who are, some of you are, I know some of you are studying Paribhasha Shekhara for some exams or something separately. So I just thought I'll help them out over here. And this question was in that particular context. So that's it. Agre gachhama.
अस्तु अभयंकर शब्द से द्वौ अर्थौ कहू. So one is a नय समासा, नय तत्पुरुष, न भयंकरा इति अभयंकरा, and the other one is abhayam karoti. So here in the Krudanta Prakarane, that is the main thing, abhayam karoti. So abhaya plus kru plus khach abhayankara iti upapada samasa rupam tatra diyate. Then that is the main thing.
I think we discussed this earlier also. No, this was that was Asurya. I got confused. Agree.
वाचीयम वर्ते सूत्र से प्रयोजनम चिंत्यम किमर्थम. So
this answer is also very well written by him. So I'm not going to interject or intercept this answer. Just read and explain it, whatever you have written.
Yeah. वाचम यम पुरंदरौ च अस्य सूत्रस्य अर्थः द्विधा कर्तुं शक्यते. एकेन प्रकारेण अनेन सूत्रेण वाचम यम तथा पुरंदर एतयोः शब्दयोः रूपसिद्धौ आवश्यकं केवलम् अमन्तत्वं निपात्यते. यत् वाचीयमो व्रते तथा पू सर्वयोः दारिर् सर्वयोः इत्यनयोः सूत्रयोः रूपसिद्धि प्रक्रियायां प्रयुज्य वाचम यम तथा पुरंदर एतौ शब्दौ सिद्ध्येते. परंतु वाचम यम पुरंदरो च इति सूत्रस्य द्वितीयः अर्थः एवं भवितुमर्हति यत् अनेन सूत्रेण न केवलम् अमन्तत्वं निपात्यते अपितु वाचम यम एंड पुरंदर एतौ संपूर्णौ शब्दौ एव निपात्यते. So there is no need of special this one prakriya. Maharshi himself has given both the words in single sutra. So esha dvitiya artha svikriyate chet महर्षिणा वाचम यम पुरंदरौ च अनेन सूत्रेण एव वाचम यम तथा पुरंदरौ एतौ सिद्ध शब्दौ निपातितौ. तस्मात् वाची यम व्रते इति सूत्रस्य तथा पू सर्वयोः दारिर् सहो इत्यत्र पू इति ग्रहणस्य प्रयोजनमेव न विद्यते. अतः एव वाची यम व्रते सूत्रस्य प्रयोजनं चिन्त्यम् इति उक्तमस्ति.
Samyak. So basically the gist is that anyway you're giving nipatana, why give a nipatana for a limited thing and have some other route for some other stuff. Let's have the single nipatana which will give you directly vacham yama and purandara. These are different pakshas, so which is right and which is wrong we are not in a position to justify. Okay, kaishchana panditaihi ekah paksha svikriyate, kaishchana panditaihi anyah paksha svikriyate ityeva vaktavyam. Agre Chatushashti. This is also by Satish ji and Vijay Kumar ji. So Prathamaha Prashnaha Punarekvaram Krudvattim Vilikhya.
So again here I'll tell only the main points here. So मेघंकरा मेघंकरोति इति मेघंकरः कृ धातु अनन्तरं खच् प्रत्यय विधायकं सूत्रमस्ति मेघर्ति भयेषु क्रुयः, and same that mumagama because of arudvishad ajantasya mum midachontyatwara mumagama and varna karyam krutva meghankara shabda prapyate. Abhayankara, just now I explained.
Just now explained, yeah.
Abhayam karoti iti abhayankara. So not the naya tatpurush samasa. Abhayankara, I think that is not the route we are taking here. So abhaya plus gas plus kru plus khach, and same abhayarti bhayeshu kruya iti khach pratyaya vidayakam sutram. And
I think
same
in your
mumagama.
original homework, you had a separate derivation for abhaya initially. Na bhayam iti abhayam. You or somebody else, I don't remember now. But na bhayam, which is also correct. I mean, there's nothing wrong, but you can omit that. So you don't need to have na bhayam iti abhayam, because abhayankara starts with the ready-made word called abhaya. So how abhaya is derived is out of scope of this particular prakriya. You can always add it if you want, not needed. Agree.
So
Ksemankara. You can speak. Yeah, no.
Yeah, Ksemankara.
Yeah, you can go to Ksemankara. Yeah, we'll go to Ksemankara.
So here same thing, Kshemam karoti Kshemakara. Parantu the Khach pratyaya vidayakam sutram asti Kshemarti bhayeshu kruyaha. That Khach pratyaya gachati. Then mumagamaha and varna karyam krutva Ksemankara. Kshemarti bhayeshu kruyaha. That is this one. Why? Oh, different. I quoted a wrong sutra, is it? So,
Sorry, I don't know how much time I was muted, but nobody heard me, I think. What I was saying is that there is no sutram called Megharti Bhayeshu Kruyaha. There is a sutram called Kshema Priyamadrencha. So we have Megharti Bhayeshu Kruyaha. We have Kshema Priyamadrencha. No. Kshema Priyamadrencha. This one. This is Ksemankaraha and Kshemakaraha. And if you look at the sutra, they are exactly in the sequence. That's what I'm saying. Megharti Bhayeshu Kruyaha and Kshema Priyamadrencha. Sorry, I think I was speaking to myself when I was muted. What I wanted to say is that there is no sutra called Meg Kshebarti Bhayeshu Kruyaha. There is Kshema Priyamadrencha, which comes after Megharti Bhayeshu Kruyaha. The sutra is different. The prakriya is correct because it again gives the khach pratyaya. The final form is Ksemankaraha over here. Chakarat khach iti uchyate. Agree. Ashtam bhava.
Ashitah trupta bhavati anena iti ashitam bhava. Again here the krudanta is in karana karakam. So bhu saptayam bhvadi dhatu. Ashita bhu plus khach. And again here the krut pratyaya ashite bhuva karana bhavayoho. It is the khach pratyaya vidayakam sutram. And same again that mumagamaha ardvishad muma. And then सर्व धातु का अर्ध धातु तेन भू धातु भो भव गुणा भवति एच एवाय भव सो वर्णकार्यं कृत्वा आशितं भव इति पदं सिद्ध्यते.
So as you mentioned, this is ashitam bhavati anena. So it is a karana. Say ashitam bhavaha odanaha. The one somebody becomes fulfilled by eating the rice. So ashitam bhavaha odanaha.
I told in the beginning itself that is a karana karake.
Yes, that's correct. I'm re-emphasizing it because it is slightly off the track of what we normally are used to. So this is a current karaka, as you have already mentioned. An example is ashitam bhavaha odanaha is one typical example. Rathantaram. It's a name of a Sama, a Richa in the Sama Veda. Rathantaram Sama iti uchyate. You can explain the derivation.
So Rathena Tarati iti Rathantaram through level of Tarnayo Dhatu, Ratha plus Ta plus Thru plus Khach, and Saunayam Bru through Vruji Dhari Saita Vidama iti Khach Vidayakam Sutram. And then same prakriya, except that through dhatoho sarvadhatu ka ardhadhatu ketena through becomes that guna rukarasya ar bhavati. And here I think I should have mentioned, but that is this one guna rukarasya ar kim rap uran rapra and all that I had dropped here. And Monuswara Rathan, and then become Rathantara. So Rathena Tarati iti Rathantaram. Tavadev.
Rathantaram Sama. Somebody is saying in the second question there is a mistake in not bhaya. Megharati bhayeshu kurayaha. So this sutra is also incorrect. Somebody aptly pointed it out. So megharati bhayeshu kurayaha bhayagrahane tadantasyapi grahanam. Iti vartikam. Correct. So that completes question number 1. So thank you, Satish ji, for so many homeworks. Really appreciated and very well written answers. So these are some of the homeworks where I almost copy the homework by making 1 or 2 changes over here and there. So very clean and very well written homeworks. Now I am going to unmute Vijay Kumar ji again. For the last question of the day, we will take this last one and then we will stop. Namaste. Namaste. Shruyate. Uchitam.
Just before I start, I will just summarize the suggestions given to me by Nilesh ji. The first suggestion is, when it is in Laukika, example Nasikam, the Alaukika directly becomes Nasika plus Nyas because of Kartu Karmana Kriti, but not Nasika plus Am. The Am Prakriya should not be shown. The second suggestion is, the Varnakarya should be not be shown before Samasa. The Samasa, Agakarya, Varnakarya, this is 6, 7, 8, 10 steps should come. The steps should not change. The third one, more important, is what not to tell is also a skill, which means if Prakriya is not asked, we should not show Prakriyas. Some other examples are not asked, they should not be shown. It should be like Satish ji, the very clear and up to the point only. The other one also show explained by Mr. Satish ji. In the Samastapada, we should not show space while typing. The last thing today, what I understood is, whether we volunteer or not, we should make all the answers ready so that we can compare our answers, and also we'll follow what the explanation is given by the volunteer. So I also will follow this for the next thing. I'll keep my answers ready whether I volunteer or not. Then
Thank
I
you
will
very
go
much.
with the question.
This last suggestion is actually very important. That it's not just for one person who has signed up over there. Homework is for all of us. Whether you write it in exactly this fashion or not, but I have got feedback from many of you earlier that they thought that they knew they thought that they knew the answers, but when they sat down for writing, they realized that they just cannot remember anything or are unable to write it down. So it's always a good exercise to sit down and write it so that some of our own misconceptions get clarified. We'll go to this particular Antat Tintat Vadura Para Sarvananteshu Daha.
Thank you. Antatyantadhadura Para Sarvananteshu Daha. अस्मिन् सूत्रे पठितानां सर्वेषां वार्तिकानां सोदाहरणम् अर्धं लिखत. सूत्रार्थः अन्त अत्यंत, अध्वन्, दूर, पार, सर्व, अनंत इति एतेषु कर्मकारकेषु उपपदेषु गम धातोः परः डा प्रत्ययो भवति। यथा अन्तं गच्छति इति अन्त गम ड अन्तगः। सेम अत्यन्तगः, अध्वगः, दोर्गः, पार्गः। अस्मिन् सूत्रे पाठितानि सर्वाणि वार्तिकानि एतानि। These vartikas also shows against which pada the gam dhatu will get da prachaya. सर्वत्र पन्नयोः उपसंख्यानम्। सर्वत्र ता पन्न एतयोः उपपदयोः उपस्थितौ अपि गम धातोः डा प्रत्ययः भवति। There is one prachaya that is sarvatra and another pada is panna, but pada plus ta panna. For both these things we will get the da prachaya. So sarvatra gacchati iti sarvatragah, pannam or patitam gacchati iti panagah. Though it is thrown, I think it will move. Number 2, varaso lopascha. Varas ityasya upapadasya उपस्थितौ गम धातोः डा प्रत्ययः भवति। तत्र च वरस् शब्दस्य अन्तिम वर्णस्य अलोन्त्यस्य अनेन सूत्रेण सकारस्य लोपः भवति। वरसा गच्छति इति वरगः। वरस् प्लस गम प्लस ड, सकारस्य लोपे वर, गम प्लस ड, टेर लोपे वरा प्लस गा प्लस वरगा। सु दूरोरधिकरणे सु तदा दूर इत्येतयोः उपपदयोः उपस्थितौ अधिकरणार्धे गम धातोः डा प्रत्ययः भवति। सो सु गच्छति अस्मिन् इत्यत्र सुखेन गच्छति इत्यर्थे अस्मिन् सुखेन गच्छति, अस्मिन् सु गच्छति इत्यत्र सु प्लस डा सुगः। दुर्गच्छति अस्मिन् इति अधिकरणे दुर्गः, दुर् प्लस गम प्लस डा दुर्गः। अन्यत्रापि दृश्यते। दिस वाज जस्ट एक्सप्लेन्ड बाय सतीश जी। अत्र सूत्रे वार्तिकेषु वा निर्दिष्टान् उपपदान् विहाय अन्येषाम् उपपदानाम् उपस्थितौ अपि गम धातोः शिष्टप्रयोगम् अनुसृत्य एव डा प्रत्ययः विधीयते। यथा ग्रामं गच्छति इति ग्रामगः, विहङ्गः अपि। द लास्ट वन, डे च विहायसो विहादेशो वक्तव्यः। डा प्रत्यय परे विहाय शब्दस्य स्थाने विह आदेशः भवति। सो विहायस गच्छति इति विहा प्लस गम प्लस डा। This also I think gets the same अन्यत्र अपि दृश्यते। or the डे च विहायसो विहादेशो वक्तव्यः। अनेन वार्तिकेण विहा प्लस गम प्लस डा विहगः इति रूपम्। किञ्चित् दोषः अस्ति वा?
Sorry, I was again talking by muting myself.
You have muted yourself.
That's okay. That's okay. So what I was saying is that whatever is written over here is correct. One thing that we should remember, especially for this da pratyay, because it is coming in the context of the khach pratyaya, is that there is no anuswara coming in the da pratyay. Vihaga and vihanga look very similar, but vihaga is the da pratyanta form. Vihanga is a khach pratyanta form which has assumed a ditva because of khacha didva vaktavyaha. So vihaga or gramaga or durga, or these are words which do not have an anuswara, and they are because of all these different vartikas.
True.
Correct. Okay. So dhanyavadaha. I think there is there are a couple of questions over here, but not for you. I'll take them up. Dhanyavada, Mohan. So I can mute you back. So there are a few questions over here. The distinction that we make between the upapada karaka and the pratyayasya karaka, is it for purpose of writing a meaningful vigraha vakya at the beginning of the prakriya, or is it for writing something else? It is for two things. Number one, it is for writing the purpose, the meaningful vigraha vakya at the beginning, as you have pointed out. In addition, it is also for understanding which sutra will come up, because if the pratyayartha is kartari, then a specific krut pratyaya will come up. if the pratyayartha is karmani, then a specific different pratyaya will come up. If the pratyayartha is say some other, say bhave, a different pratyaya will come up. So these krut pratyayas, all the way first class of krudanta prakaranam, these all these pratyayas, they are actually classified into kartari pratyayas, karmani pratyayas, bhave pratyayas, and so on. So unless you understand the pratyayartha over there, you cannot decide whether a kartartha pratyay can come or whether a karmani pratyay can come, whether a bhave pratyay can come, and so on. So writing vigraha vakya is a second step. It is definitely important and you will need to know both of these things. But even to understand which sutra to apply, for example, karmanyana can only be applied if there is a karmani upapadam and if there is a kartartha in the pratyayartha. So unless you resolve these two data points, that I have an upapada which is karmani and I have a pratyaya which is representing a karta, unless these two answers are ready in front of you, you cannot even decide that you want to have karmanyana as a sutram. So that is the first and the more important thing why you want to resolve these two. And once you resolve that, then obviously for writing a sensible vigraha vakya also, the laukika vigraha, you need these things. There is somebody who is mentioning, I think this question also came up earlier, which I forgot to talk. Durga is also by the same. Let me just quickly take a look at, I think, if anybody of you know, you can just take a look at Shabda Kalpadru or whatever. What is the etymology, the derivation of the word Durga? I think it is somewhere similar to this. So Durgachati sa Durga or something, but I don't exactly remember at this particular stage. Maybe somebody can look up, or let me just quickly look up and let you know. So it's same dukkhena gamyate asau. So it's a different derivation, but durgachati or durgamyate asau iti durgaha or durgamyate asau iti durga. Same sutra is there. Anyatrapi drishyate ityanena sutrena tatra da pratyah krutah asti. So it's the same sutram, but I think somebody is pointing out that the vritti is different. Yes, vritti is different. So durgachati asmin is not the vritti. Durgamyate asau. So it's a karmani over there, whereas this is an adhikarana vritti. So vrittis are different, the pratyaya is same. There are a few more comments over here. Okay, my profound thanks to Satishji and Vijay Kumarji. Both of you done a great job today. So thank you very much, Satishji, and thank you very much, Vijay Kumarji. Very wonderfully explained answers, and probably one of very unique classes where we could cross all the 4 exercises, plus we have 5 more minutes, say 7 more minutes pending. So we could actually go with a very nice speed. Exercises were also small, plus you explained it in a perfect pace so that we can wrap up everything in time. There are a few more questions. Give me 1 minute. I need to go through them. So somebody is asking, there are so many prakriyas that are being discussed in the homework. Can you upload all of these somewhere as a single resource, searchable resource on ashtadhyayi.com or somewhere? Yes, that's a very good idea. So anyway, on ashtadhyayi.com, I am planning to, or I was doing the prakriya generator, which got stopped because I was busy preparing homeworks and PPTs and exam and all that. But as soon as I wrap up that work, I would like to go back to that prakriya generator and start doing the prakriyas. But before we do that, I can definitely take this suggestion and try to find out if all these prakriyas across all these homeworks can be collected at some place and then represented at least as a temporary resource, as a searchable resource somewhere on the website. We can deprecate that when the final prakriya generator will be generated on ashtadhyayi.com. But till that point, at least, because each of these homework is 5, 5, 10, 10 prakriyas, we had 30, 40 homework. So easily we had 400 prakriyas we have gone so far. It's a definitely good suggestion to compile them. I personally don't know if I will get bandwidth to do that, but if there is somebody who is into the things of like properly arranging stuff into Excel sheets and all that, for searchability and all that, you can just take it up as volunteer work and send back me the sheet. Up to you. Or I'll just spend some time after the exam or after the next few sets of homeworks and so on to collect these up. But that's a very good idea. How do we implement is a different thing. It's a very good idea. Okay, so that's it. Thank you very much. There are a few more comments. Again, congratulating Satish ji and Vijay Kumar ji. So actually very nice sessions today. I'm going to request both of you to continue volunteering for upcoming sessions as well. And others, please don't listen because we have Satish ji and Vijay Kumar ji for volunteering. We also need to, all of us need to volunteer for at least one homework. That's a requirement for the next session onwards. So you also should start preparing and volunteering for at least one homework. So samapayamah. Next week we will continue. I think I will need 1 or 2 more weeks, no extra sessions needed. 1 or 2 more weeks and we should be able to complete all the 72 exercises. And then in the first week of October there is an exam. I will be updating, I will be probably sending a link to the document with all the 100 questions. So out of all the volunteers who have sent various questions to me, I collected them, I deduped them, filtered them, removed the ones which were ambiguous, removed the ones which are complex, merged some of the very similar looking questions. And I have a final question bank of some 110 questions. So not all the questions given by all of you will be there. Some of these questions will be reworded, some of these questions will be merged, but you should be able to identify which was your question that is appearing in that question bank. So of course it's all anonymized, names are not going to be there, but a pool of 100 or 110 questions, I will be uploading it in 1 or 2 days on the portal. I will send the link to the group and I will explain what will happen, how many questions of that particular question bank will come. So earlier I promised that 50% of the exam will come from that particular question bank, but there I was assuming that I'll get a pool of 250 or 300 questions, everybody participating. Unfortunately, only 10 people participated. We have a constant pool of 30 people attending the class. So regularly we have same set of 30 people. Now can at least recognize email addresses, if not faces and names. So we have 30 people regularly attending all the previous classes. So I was expecting at least 25 of them could come up, but I had only 10 people. So I could get only 100 questions. So definitely out of those 100 questions, I'm not going to give you 50 questions in the exam. That would be stupidity on my part. Maybe 20-25 questions out of that pool I will bring in the exam. Rest, say 75%, 80% questions will be completely on my own. So around 20 to 25 questions from that particular pool, you can assume that they are going to come in the exam. Remaining part of the exam or all the exam is going to be, multiple choice, not multiple choice, optional only, not necessarily multiple choice. It will be fill in the blanks, match the following, ekvakyena uttarani likhata, dosham pradarshayata, multiple choice question with 1 correct answer, multiple choice question with two correct answers, 3 correct answers, and so on. Somebody is asking, do we have to answer those 110 questions that are being uploaded? No, you don't have to answer anything. These are for your reference. If you want, you can solve them. If you want, you can ignore them. All that I'm saying is I will be uploading 100 questions on the portal, out of which 20 to 25 questions will come in the real exam. And then 75% of the questions in the real exam will be new. So if you look at the real exam, which you will have to solve. So real exam you must solve if you want to continue in the sessions after in November or post second part of October or whatever. So getting 40% marks in the exam is going to be a prerequisite for continuing the next sessions. So that 100 marks exam is compulsory. 20% of that will be already told to you through the 110 questions that will be uploaded on the portal. That's what I'm saying. Anyway, samapayamah. अग्रिम सप्ताहे पुनरेकवारं नियमितरूपेण कक्षाद्वयं भविष्यति. अष्टाध्यायी जगन्माता यस्य चित्तात् समुत्थिता वेदानामुपकाराय तस्मै पाणिनये नमः. शब्द ब्रह्म समाराध्य कृतवान्यो विलक्षणं सर्वाश्चर्यमिदं शास्त्रं तस्मै पाणिनये नमः. येन धौता गिरः पुंसां विमलैः शब्दवारिभिः तमश्चाज्ञानजं भिन्नं तस्मै पाणिनये नमः. धन्यवाद.